And we're back. What's up, everybody? So I made a video last week. It was literally too hot to record. Not as in style, as in temperature. It was so hot as shit. My phone kept overheating because the sun was going directly into the phone. It was charging up the back, and it was just getting really hot. So, sorry about that. Anyway, I got a show coming up this Saturday. Yeah, Saturday in a place called, I think it's called Katy, Texas. Got people standing in the street right now. That's not weird. I guess standing in the middle of the fucking street is a safe place to be. What else? Yeah, I only got one big thing going on, which is this Saturday in Katy. I think it's Katy. Anyway, whatever. It's a show. And that's it. That's. I mean, I got open mics, working on new material. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video. Today's the first one of the week. Might be the only one. We'll see how the week goes. Turn this up. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, here's something crazy. So this is completely random, but so is everything that I do, in a sense. I had a dream last night. I didn't go to the gym this morning, which sucks a lot. But it was so fucked up because my dream was that I went to the gym. So my alarm went off, turned off my alarm as far as the dream goes. And, you know, I got washed up, went to the gym, had a good workout, came back, and then my alarm went off on my phone again. So I turned it off, and then I wiped my face, and I looked at myself, and I was still in the bed. What the fuck? Man, that shit was trippy. It was like that film Groundhog Day, classic film, Bill Murray. But minus all of the death and murder and crazy shit like that. Yeah, he killed himself 12 times in that film. Such a classic. I think my favorite part from that film, I'll say it, why not, was when he got pulled over by a police officer. And he rolled down the window, and he started to order like it was a drive-thru. He was like, "Hey, officer, I'd like a number 2 cheeseburger, Coca-Cola. You want anything?" The guy was like, "Flapjacks." He says, "Yeah, I want some flapjacks. You just give me. You got flapjacks?" He says, "No, I don't have flapjacks," and he arrested him. It was a good film. I think my favorite line of all time by Bill Murray, as a matter of fact, is classic misdirection, and that's a comedy that I really just love the most. Bill Murray says it's a Ghostbusters 1, and they have this redhead guy, and then Dan Aykroyd and the mayor of New York comes in, and they got all the Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray, he's one of them. Sorry, Rocky Road. Not like the ice cream. Oh! I'm sorry, I had to. Yeah, so the mayor of New York walks in the room, and what happened is the redhead guy, who's like a Penske little jerk, he turned off the power grid. So all the ghosts are going all over New York. So the mayor walks in, and he's like, "What the hell just happened in here?" Dan Aykroyd said, "Everything was great until Dickless over here turned off the power grid." And he looks, the camera pans to the guy with the red hair, and Bill Murray says, "Oh no, I'm sorry." The mayor says, Is this true?" Bill Murray says it. He says, "Yes, it's true. This man has no dick." I kind of messed up a little bit because I literally had a car that almost hit me on the side, almost gave me a little T-bone, and that would have been such a great moment for you to actually see, but they messed up my story. You know what I mean? I had an interesting experience recently where I was heckled. No, I wasn't necessarily heckled, but I just had a really disturbing audience member at a club, and they kept interrupting me as I was trying to do my material. The only problem was they were very close with the owner, so I couldn't call them out, and they weren't even being disrespectful. They were, but it was indirectly. I was in the middle of the joke, and the person was like, "Hey man, What'd you think about that? That's crazy, dude. That shit's crazy. And I was just like, oh, and then another person in the audience was like, hey, are you filming this? I'm like, are you fucking, yeah, this is the time that I want to talk about that. Why are you gonna, you see the camera's on. You see the red light blinking, you know? I'm saying that's a pretty good indication that I'm recording. Why would you ask me in the middle of recording if I am recording? Unless you have no idea how cameras work and what a red blinking dot means, you are completely exempt from all criticism. Otherwise, shoot yourself. Not fatally. That would be fucked up. Yeah, don't shoot yourself, but whatever. People are so sensitive nowadays. What else is going on? I've been reaching out to a lot of comics, like headliners and whatnot, and trying to find out if I can open the opening act, or if I could open for them and be like the feature act. I'm getting some positive feedback, some possibilities of that, so I might be doing that. You know, that's really like one of my next goals, but it's weird because, you know, I'm not really sure if me opening up for other people helps build myself, but I know it would be good stage time and it would be a positive experience. But that is like a goal of mine, and I'm on the cusp. I'm like right there. I'm at the level of where I can already do it without problem, without effort. I can host, I can bring someone on stage, introduce them to the main guy, whatever. I just haven't had the opportunity. So what I'm really trying to do now is just basically, that's another very short-term goal, and kind of make a habit of it, because I would love to be on stage and open for some, you know, comedian or comedians that I really I click with, that I like a lot. There are some politics in that, and I'm not going to get into it, because especially moving from DC, you do kind of got to watch what you say when it comes to talking with other people's names mentioned, because it might come out in the wrong way. I don't have any negative vibes against anybody. I don't have any problems with anybody, so I'm not even going to get into it. But to say the least, I found out over the weekend that there is like some politics. I'll just say it at that. There's just a structure to how people are chosen, and I am working my way to being in that group so that I can hopefully potentially. The only issue is that when it comes to opportunities for yourself, the sky is the limit. Seriously, you can just keep going and going. But when it comes to the opportunity of a closed group, you gotta be a part of it. You're either in it or you're out of it. And right now I'm definitely out of it. Not because I'm not liked or respected or hated, not for any reason. I'm just new. Nobody really knows me that well. I'm really kind of weird in that aspect, because I love doing comedy, but I don't really like watching it. Unless it's somebody that I like really, really like. I keep saying click with, you know, vibe. Because I have a very select sense of humor, and I'm learning and have learned to pull back my level to be more, to have like that happy ratio of the audience, because I love making people laugh. That's it. That's everything. So if I say 100 jokes, I'd rather have it be jokes that I love 80% of the way, compared to like my 100% jokes that I absolutely love, which may be a little bit darker towards my sense of humor. I can pull it back and still be happy with the material and have 100% of everybody in the crowd like it too, ideally. I just got to make sure that I pull it back, and that's something that I've sort of recently learned and figure out, and it's been working extremely well. What else is going on? I'm still going to try to make a better promotional video, because my last one was good, but I know I can do better. And aside from that, I'm just keep on keeping on. If I get into this one festival, I will freak the fuck out. I will be over the moon, excited, and I'll make a freak out video. And I'm really hoping to do that. Worst case scenario is not a worst case scenario, because I will go to it eventually. If not now, I will go later. Sooner than later at that. I'm ready for some good news. I really, really am. I'm ready for something great to happen, and I'm working hard and diligently to make it happen. I've never really understood why people can stand by years of experience doing something as though that is the reason why you should be good at something. Okay? You having multiple years in a task doesn't mean you're good at it. If you fucking suck at throwing a baseball, and you've been throwing a baseball for 50 years, that's 50 years of sucking. Think of it like that. Compared to if you, you had a good arm naturally, and, you were great at football, and now you're just throwing a baseball, or whatever the case is. I've always been a big believer in the different dynamics of being great at anything, whether it's natural talent or hard work or both, which I believe I have both. And that's not like a jerk-ass opinionated thing to say. I'm just being honest with myself. That's my belief, so therefore it's true for me. I've got a train in front of me, so it may take a little bit longer for this video. I feel like experience level, when somebody wants to know how long I've been doing comedy, I've said this before and I'll just say it again, it really is a weird question, because I love this, and this is nothing new to me, but should I give them the answer of how long I've been writing, how long I've been trying to pursue this, how long I've been consistently getting on stage, and it would be ignorant and naive, hypothetically, if somebody said everything leading up to the stage meant nothing, because that's not true. That's definitely not true. I haven't ever had a problem making a scene or being the center of attention, and I'm only refining my craft and getting better and better. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I started thinking in the middle of talking how some people say, oh, I've been doing it for, how long have you been in comedy? I always just say 2 years. No, I say like 6 months or 8 months. I pretty much start when I came to Texas. That's what I tell people. Because otherwise, it's just, they just want a short, simple answer, and it might just be for conversation. And if that's the case, I'll just give them an easy answer. But me being analytical as I am, it's never really an easy answer. Look at Bert Kreischer, for example. How long he's been doing comedy, that's one thing. But the working parts leading up to that, between him going to college and going to Russia and all that other stuff, that counts for something too. And I think it only counts as experience if you end up using it for comedy. Otherwise, it's just a moment that you experienced, so it's just sort of an interesting thing, because sometimes people will say that and they'll be like, I've been doing comedy for like 10 years. And they go up on stage and they never write any material. And I'm not hating. I'm just giving an example. I'm not even talking about anybody specific. I'm talking just a very generalization about everybody. And they fucking eat a pile of dicks. They just do absolutely horrible and bomb. And again, you could be like DJ Penn and get your black belt and win the worlds within the first 12 to 24 months. There are outliers. There are different things that can make you great. And experience is one of them. That gives you the foundation of consistency, the learning lessons and stuff like that. But I don't plan on having a time limit set for greatness. And that may sound arrogant, but I'm really not trying to have it be. But what I'm getting at is, if you're doing everything right, and you have belief in yourself, and you're taking all the proper work ethics and steps and all that needed to make yourself great, maybe you can be there in 2 years. Take perfect example. Take Brennan Schaub, for example. All right. Me personally, I respect him. I admire him. He is phenomenal. For me personally, he does not have a style of comedy. There's successful comedians like a Jerry Seinfeld, and there's comedians that I vibe, that I click with, that I think that they are funny personally. Jerry Seinfeld is one of the most successful comedians, probably the most of all time, ever, hands down. Done. Okay? But yeah, he got the majority of his cash, that money, from being a co-writer and actor on the greatest sitcom, potentially the greatest, that and Martin, whatever, anyway, ever. But I don't really think it's funny, and that takes nothing away from him. It's just a style of comedy. I support him. I want the best, etc. Just like Brendan Schaub, I have no qualms with him. He is hilarious to other people, but to me, he just doesn't make me laugh, and there's nothing wrong with that. I watched his whole stand-up special. I thought he did great, but not every comedian is for everybody. Just like music, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's, it's just a perfectly subjective kind of a thing. But what I'm getting at is that he has that professional work ethic, and in probably less than 2 years or however many of doing stand-up, he's already he's built a brand. He got known from his podcast, and now he's doing stand-up all over the world, all over the nation. He is doing that damn thing. And he has a lot of haters. And you know what? Fuck those guys. Because as Joe Rogan pointed it out, if you don't have any clue what it is, correct your life, but whatever. Find out. He has that professional work ethic. I do too. I know I am. And I know I do. So I just have to work my way into that level of where he is. Now, he also already had a podcast. He had thousands or millions or hundreds of thousands of followers from being a UFC fighter. From the podcast, he had a lot of television time. All of that goes into account as far as how he can be able to move tickets and sell tickets. There are comedians that travel all around the country, maybe even all around the world, you haven't ever heard of, that are successful comedians that pay all their bills in comedy. That's it. But it also kind of depends on like who you follow. If you don't follow, you name it, whoever, you're not really going to realize how successful he is. A lot of these people, when they get the opportunity to be in a film or acting or television show or whatever, they jump at the opportunity. And that actually is good because it helps build that, I hate to say brand, but helps build that base. I'll say that base of who they are. And of course, that's something I want to get into also. But it all only helps out with your primary, which is comedy. It only does good things. Chris D'Elia, there's another one. He was in an extremely, extremely successful television show. All that popularity from the television show, him being a stand-up on top of it, only helped him. Now, was he already a great comic? Yeah, absolutely. Is he already funny? Yeah, absolutely. But that television time and stuff like that does count for something. Not to say that you can't be successful at television or even television time prior to being a stand-up, because you can. You just got to connect the dots. And those dots are like stars lining up. It can happen in any functional or dysfunctional or unfunctional, any random way. And provided by, I am doing everything, let's just say, the Brendan way, which is hard work at non-stop work ethic, with a level of tenacity and grit and determination and hard work and everything else. You can definitely get there. You don't have to do this thing where you say that you do comedy for 10, 20, however many years, and that's why you're good. I think that your results should stand on their own 2 feet. So this whole thing about how long you've been doing comedy doesn't mean a lot. And that goes for anything. That goes for anything in life. You saying or you doing something for a long time doesn't necessarily make you better, unless you've been progressing through that whole period. I think that's the easiest way to say it in a nutshell. So I am at UPS right now. I have to drop off a couple things, and I'm going to do a couple one-liners just to check out the initial reaction and see how they work. And I'm going to drop a third one, which is something I always do this every time I go to the UPS or I go to a grocery store. I've said this, and I'm going to say it in the least arrogant way possible. The world is my stage, because every opportunity that I have to try out something new, I dial it in as much as possible before actually getting on stage. So by the time I get it on stage, I get the wording out correctly. I've already said it multiple times. I've sort of got some initial reactions, and again, I can condense that time to learn and develop and work on something faster. So that's what I'm about to do. I already know the 3 things I'm going to say. It has to do with anyway, you'll see it when it comes out. Not the jokes. I mean, not this part, but when it comes out. Anyway, whatever. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. I just got a new subscriber. That's cool. I got to send him a message and find out how he heard about me. Yeah. So keep watching. The saga continues. Wu-Tang. I just wanted to say Wu-Tang. It says that in one of the songs. But yeah, I'm over at 20 minutes now, and I'm at the store, so I'm going to hop out. If this is the last video, hope you liked it. And if it's not, with the power of editing, I'll be in a different location or driving or something like that. So stay tuned for more. Have a great one. See you guys. Bye. And we're back. Part 2. So I left my whoa, look at my camera going everywhere. So here's the thing. I'm on my way back out, and I'm essentially wasting life right now because I left my fucking wallet at my house. And you kind of need that when you're paying for groceries, unless you're a thief. And I'm not. I hate the fact that... do you ever drive somewhere and this guy is on his phone? You know, alright, I gotta interrupt myself. You know how you can tell when somebody's actually like on their phone and driving? Because there's like 60 feet between the car in front of them. And also they keep on like hitting the brakes. Anyway, whatever. That guy, that's what he's doing. Hope he's a fan. Have you ever drive somewhere, you leave your fucking wallet, and you gotta turn around? You're never gonna get that time back. 0. Won't happen. And that's exactly what happened to me just now. I got that bitter taste in my mouth. Time wasted, which makes me go fucking crazy. Because I try to maximize everything. I was so ready to just do my shit, come back, work on some more comedy writing and some other jokes and stuff that I'm working on. I gotta go back out for the second time and waste time. I hate that. I almost told myself, fuck it, I don't need to eat. I'll be good, you know? I'm alright. I'll go a few days without eating. Or I started telling myself, maybe I could, like, on the way back from the gym tomorrow, but then I gotta work. No, you gotta bite that bullet. I hate that saying. It actually means kill yourself. If you leave your wallet at your house, you don't have to kill yourself. It's an expression. For everybody that's just learning English, put the guns away. It's not that serious. It's kind of warm in my car. Yeah, I hate that. I'm gonna make this one short. I will talk to you all later, and maybe this is the last video. We shall see again. Anything else? No, that's it. I'm not going to say one more time, except for right then. Alright guys, I'm out. If something interesting happens on the way back, or between now and the end of the week, I'll make another video. So, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Make sure you bring your fucking wallets with you. I'm out. Peace. And we're back. What's up, everybody? I just left the comedy club. I had a really, really great set. I'm going to use this as the final video to submit myself to the the Big Sky Comedy Festival. I really do want to do the best possible, and as of now, it was just such a great set. It's shorter, but I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it as my promotional video set until further notice. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really noticing now that these shorter jokes, these like one-liners and whatnot, they're so good. Like, because you're starting and ending a whole story in just a matter of seconds, 10 to 15, 20 max, you know? And they're in and they're out. They're so boom, 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 boom. It's like rapid fire, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I was killing them. I did so great. I did so good that it actually like got to the point of where I didn't end the way I wanted to, because I timed everything perfect, and I had to kind of change my set list around. But that's okay, because I had some like crowd response, and some people were talking in it, but they were talking with me, so it actually added to the show. It actually added to the experience. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna take, and hopefully I'll know as soon as possible. The guys at the Big Sky Comedy Festival have been so awesome, and there's only a positive outcome of this, which is, in short, I'm either going to get it this time, or I'm going to get it next time and be even better. That's it. That's the only outcomes. That's the only possibilities. If I get it now, I'll be ready by then. If I get it later, I'll be even better later. I'm only getting better every single day. And yeah, I just want to do a quick update video, because like I said, I literally just got off stage, and I am on my way to go get some food from my missus. Some In-N-Out. You know, when I go to burger joints, I think my wife should get like an award for being married to me. Seriously. Not because I'm so awesome, but because she puts up with so much of my shit. I don't complain. I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I don't complain. I make some observations that seem like they're complaining, but I'm not. But yeah, she's just patient with me, and she's just sidesteps and lets me pursue comedy while I'm working my full-time job and being excuse me, burping, sorry. Being a husband, a good husband at that. But yeah, she's phenomenal. I hope this doesn't come back to her. If she watches this video, she's going to say I was all nice and romantic and whatever. Or maybe not. She might just be like, that was nice. Who knows, whatever. Yeah, I'm so excited about these next steps. And I'm going to keep on working and making a better and better video. You know, even after this one set, if I could do it again, there's things that I would change around. But it was as good as it could have been today, but it can be better tomorrow or the next time. Like Thursday when I go on stage, it'll be even better. It'll be even better. So that's all I got. I'm just gonna hop off. I have I'm doing a 10-minute open mic on Thursday, and then I have an actual show, which is a big deal to me, and that will be on Saturday. I gotta double check the address, because I keep saying it's in Katy, Texas, but I don't think it is. I think it's somewhere else. So anyway, well, that's all I got. This is part 2 of the video, and we'll see if there's more. If this isn't, please hit the like button, subscribe, don't miss a video, and join me for the journey. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later. I'm out. Good night.